There is this misconception that with weight training, the height stops growing. So it's a myth. I do not agree to this word cheat. For me, everything that is edible is a meal.
For what age the teenagers can start muscle training?
You can start weight training even at 10.
So thank you, Mitushi, for taking out time and being on the show with us. I'm Reena Chopra, founder at Saarholistic Wellness, and we talk about motherhood, parenting, and mental well-being. And today we are going to talk about fitness and nutrition with the expert, obviously. So
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So Mitushi, I have some very rapid fire questions for you since you have been an expert in this field for more than 14 years now, and you're also a mother yourself. So I want you to clear us out on some rumors that I would say you have to tell me if this is a fact or is it a myth. Okay?
Sure, sure.
Cardio is the best way to lose belly fat. The most asked
No,
question by mothers, belly fat.
no, no.
Myth or fact?
It's a myth.
It's a myth. Lifting weights will make women look bulky.
It's a myth.
You need to exercise every day to see results.
Myth.
You can outtrain a bad diet.
Myth.
Eating after, eating after 8 p.m. leads to weight gain.
Myth.
Myth. Okay. Drinking
Yeah.
more water can actually help in losing weight.
Yes.
It does? Okay.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
Fact. Okay. Stretching before exercise prevents injury.
So there is a catch here. It is the dynamic movements which help, which actually warm you up, not the static stretching. So the question I wanted to elaborate on.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Crash diets are an effective long-term loss solution.
Fact.
Fact. All calories are equal, regardless of food source.
Technically, yes.
Yes. Okay. So you answered nicely. I think a lot of people because I also were like I am not a very educated person when it comes to deep diving fitness things. Although my regime is simple, going to walks and doing the self-learning yoga and all that, and minimal practice that I do to keep myself fit through diets and whatever little knowledge that I have. But you gave me a lot of clarity on myths and fat. We'll talk about this later. Okay.
Yeah.
So the most important question that I want to ask you is, Mitushi, what is cheat meal?
Okay, my favorite topic, I guess. Okay, so first of all, I do not agree to this word cheat. For me, everything that is edible is a meal.
Okay.
Now, for me, let's say pav bhaji or a chola bhatura, I like it and I love it, suppose.
Okay.
If I create space for it in my diet and I have it like a normal meal whenever I want, I would never feel that I'm deprived of my favorite thing, and I'll be able to continue doing what I'm doing in a long run. But if someone tells me to stay away from that pav bhaji or a chola bhatura, no matter what, all I will keep thinking is, I can't have chola bhatura, I can't have pav bhaji, I can't have chola bhatura. So my mind will constantly go on what I can't eat.
Yeah.
And we all know, we've heard and read a lot what the universe says. Universe does not understand
The
no or
white
not.
elephant.
Yeah, no, we can't. So the universe will say, I can eat chola bhatura, I can eat pav bhaji. And then that will never go out of my sight, and I will constantly see and keep depriving myself. And one day will come and I would leave everything and eat and overeat that chola bhatura. So for me, there is no cheat diet. We all have to maintain our calories through the day so that we don't gain weight. Uh, So there is something, if you are able to maintain your weight or you eat under it, you are generally healthier than most people. Problems come when you exceed the calories. So even maintenance, if you have a lot of chola bhatura, you're still better off than most people. Yes, of course, it's not the healthiest way because then your gut is going for a toss and your digestion is not optimal. All that is there. But when we talk about weight gain, see, when you gain weight, majority of the problems come from there. So that is why a cheat meal is something we should get out of our dictionary, and we should just call it a meal. In fact, I would say call it a treat meal because it's making you happier and it's soulful.
Yeah.
So that's in short what you should do.
तो सब कुछ खाए लेकिन कैलोरीज काउंट करके. This is what you're saying.
Better. Yes, better.
Eat whatever you
Yes.
want. Don't make yourself crave for something and then hop on it like you have never eaten it. Like,
Correct. And when you say calculate calories, yes, you should, but you should not be too strict and regimented about it. Little bit here and there, your body can handle. You move more, and every day the movement is also different. So your calorie requirement also goes up and down based on that. So you can always play for.
okay. So, as a mother, 40 plus, which exercise or which exercise regime I should pick up? It should be yoga, Pilates, or it should be weightlifting. Which one do you recommend for 40 plus
If,
going through, you know,
if I have to pick
menopause?
one,
Yeah.
if I have to pick one, weight training any day, any day.
But do you think like I'm telling you my personal experience, I did not go for weight training because I thought if I leave it, then I will get double of what I am today. Is it true?
It's not, because your fat tissues and your muscle tissues are both different, made of different chemical composition. Composition is different. So fats don't turn into muscle, muscles don't turn into fat. What happens when you start resistance training, you will start building muscle. And with that, calorie requirement also going up, you will gain muscle and you may also start burning fat. Okay. Now, when you stop it, you will start losing the muscle. Okay. You might be eating the same quantity of food. So while you are losing muscle, which is losing metabolism also, which you gain from the same muscle, you are still eating that much, you will gain fat. That is the reason. It's not because you left weight training. So leaving weight training does not cause the weight gain. Leaving weight training and eating the same amount of food as you were when you were weight training causes the
Makes
gain.
sense. Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. So how much mentally you need to be fit before you start physical fitness? Or it goes hand in hand?
Okay. So in fact, it goes hand in hand. And since you are a psychologist, this is something for your clients also. If you start exercising, it starts affecting your mental health also. Okay. Because you exercise, there's more blood circulation. You eat more. Okay. So all that nutrition is able to move around in the body better with that blood circulation also. So there's more blood also going to the brain, and your body generally becomes more efficient. Then, when you exercise and eat well, the gut also starts getting better. And a healthy gut has its impact on the mental well being as well. If you are on the heavier side, you generally are lower in confidence, right? You feel, no, people are judging me. So it is affecting the mental health, right?
Yeah.
And as we see people in the fitness community also, what do they appear to be so confident? I was an underconfident person during my school, but when I achieved certain things due to my exercise, lifting more weights, running better, it gave me a sense of accomplishment, right? And that gave me that confidence. Yes, I can do. So this is where indirectly exercise helps us becoming mentally also stronger. And one thing which people don't realize is that exercise makes you resilient.
Yes.
And resilience has a big part on the mental health.
Absolutely.
It's the same difficult situation, how one person perceives versus the other. A
Yes.
person who exercises will say, okay, let me take it head on. Let me handle it what it is. So the resilience also becomes better, which affects the mental health.
Absolutely. So it goes hand in hand, basically.
Yes.
A lot of friends in my gang, like they will say, okay, you are a mother of 16 years old boy, you are 43 years old. And whatever you are today, because of you are genetically that like that, your hormones have not evolved that much. And they make me feel that I have not done anything for my body or my health. However, I don't eat junk food. I take care of my weight. I count it every week, maybe. I give it effort. That is also true that I am genetically lean body, but seeing at my friends, when they pull me down and joke around and say like we are our age, but you are underage, like you are underperforming. So, what is your one sight on it? Like, how would you handle it?
Yeah, so they are undermining your effort. In fact, you should say, then why don't you learn what I do? And you do, just do what I do. That is what I say. When you look at someone who is maintaining a certain body, instead of pulling that person down, let's say you do not even want to appreciate that person, at least quietly observe what the person is doing and try to apply those things, because there is something right that you are doing. Your body is like this. They say genetically you are blessed. Genetically, yes, genes play a big role, okay? And a body type also plays a big role. But we have seen genetically blessed people also going the other way around and are not so healthy. So it is people who are not able to do the best. They try to look for excuses to cover up their inefficiency, or you can say their level of commitment is
बट जैसे
lower.
जैसे
That is.
हम लोग जब फ्रेंड्स जाते हैं तो वो हमें कहेंगे फॉर एग्जांपल आई डू नॉट टेक एनीथिंग शुगर लाइक शुगर ड्रिंक्स बेसिकली कोल्ड ड्रिंक्स एंड सोडाज एंड पर्टिकुलर अबाउट सर्टेन थिंग्स एंड जैसे कि हमें
Yes.
हमें तो पानी भी लग जाता है और तू तो कुछ भी खा सकती है जनरल फ्रेज वन ऑफ योर फ्रेंड्स
Hmm.
इन द ग्रुप इज लाइक दैट कि वो हमेशा स्लिम ही रहता है जो मर्जी हो जाए सो आई एम दैट
Hmm.
फ्रेंड इन द ग्रुप तो सो इट्स लाइक ऐसा होता है इज इट ट्रू लाइक लोगों को पानी भी लग जाता है और दे आर जस्ट मेकिंग एक्सक्यूज ऑफ नॉट एक्सरसाइजिंग एंड नॉट ईटिंग हेल्दी
It's a combination of both. Yes, Reena, there are people who, no matter how much they try, weight loss is difficult for you. Okay, this is for information. There are three types of bodies. Okay, an ectomorph body has narrow frame, so which means narrow shoulders and narrow hips. You are probably the ectomorph category. So you will not gain weight, fat as well as muscle that easily. Whereas a lady who is saying हमें तो पानी भी लग जाता है is probably an endomorph body, जो their metabolism is slower than you. Now, does that mean that she cannot lose weight? Of course, she can lose weight, but she will have to be very much more careful. And ectomorph, yes, but we can't again ignore. You're very disciplined. You eat, you take care what you eat. You may probably not eat as much as she eats. Okay, so generally overall also there are things which people not notice that you are doing. Like you said, you do not take those sugary drinks and all that. While she may crave and she has to put double effort to stay away from it. So there are things, there are people who actually cannot lose weight so easily. But having said that, you can't say until and unless you actually give all out to it. Show your commitment. Do take professional help where required. And if nothing happens, then there are ways to get those people also into healthier age. So there is a green. There is a green.
so coming back to, as you said, professional help. Now, Mitushi, there's one big question. Now, internet is flooded in with so many wellness coaches, so many parenting coaches, so many coaches of, you just name it and you Google it, you Instagram it,
Yeah.
the list will come up. So
Yeah.
what three things that you should must see before you select your fitness coach?
Okay. Fitness coach. First thing I would always say, always look for a qualified coach. Okay. There are self-proclaimed
Yeah.
trainers who have lost weight or who have exercised in the gym, and then because they have six-pack abs they start training others. A six-pack ab is not the guarantee that the person knows how to coach you or get you the results that you want. So
Absolutely.
first thing is the coach has to be qualified. Number
Absolutely.
two, the coach has to design a plan based on how you want your body, not based on how he or she wants the body. You do not want six-pack abs, the coach should not push you for that. You do not want, you want a lot of muscles, and the coach should not stop you from getting that. So, the training plan or your goal plan has to be based on what you want.
Right.
Number three,
Mm.
the coach should be empathetic. There are days when we don't sleep well. There are days when we are too stressed out. The training for that day should be lower than the other days. Not all days have to be pushy, and always pushing. So, especially like mothers like you and I, our everyday challenge is different. There are days when we are up the whole night because of our children, or we are up early in the morning and sleeping late because we have to drop the child to school or sports, right? So, for parents, the challenges that goes for man and a woman both. The challenges are different for us.
Yeah.
So, the coach should be able to adjust to that. He should always, first thing is, should always ask you, how are you feeling today
Yeah.
during the warm up? If you feel, oh, I'm good, go for it. Go for the PRs. If you're not up to it, even in the first exercise, the coach can make out how good you are, what energy levels you have. Should be able to manage it.
But
That's what.
how about like taking coaching from online courses, like online coaches? Is it equally beneficial?
Yes, it is equally beneficial for people who are self-motivated, who actually are already looking inwards. And they also plan their days. Okay, today I'm feeling energetic, I'll do the tougher day exercise. Today I'm not feeling that good. Okay, I'll choose the lighter day. That's how. So online coaching really helps.
Great.
And
So,
it because it does not bind you with the time limit. Okay, this is the time the coach is coming and I can only do that time. So you're free to do whenever you want, and adjust it. Every day can be different. And
as a psychologist, I know cortisol levels, if cortisol levels are high, the stress is high, you can't lose weight. Because it's the more you exercise, if you're stressing a lot, it will, or overthinking a lot, the cortisol level will not let you lose weight. But have you also experienced this in your clients, and how do you guide them on this?
so Reena, in fact, off lately, it is even surprising and shocking for me also. 50%, I would say, okay, not 50, 40% of my clients are really under eating. It's sad that because of this whole weight loss thing and calorie deficit, it is backfiring in our society now, because everyone is trying to monitor their weight and creating a calorie deficit, not realizing that a professional sees things a different way versus you see. And I see people with 2000 calorie requirement eating 1000 and 1100. So imagine the gap. Whereas if I am a professional, if I was to make you lose weight, I would create a deficit of only 2 to 500 calories. 1000 is way too much for your body to handle. So cortisol levels start going up in this case, because you are giving a message to the body that there's scarcity of food.
Yeah.
Right? This is what body perceives. So the body thinks, okay, there's scarcity of food. I need to conserve energy. And that is how the body starts slowing down. Your energy levels will go down, is the biggest example. Evenings, you are craving for sugar, you're feeling tired and famished, and by the evening comes, these are all signs. You do not have energy, you're not able to push through the training session. These are all signs that you're not working at your optimum level. So, yes, cortisol will not make them lose weight. The cortisol makes the body conserve energy. Okay. This is how indirectly it makes you gain weight. And if it is conserving energy, you are not going to burn that body fat. Okay. So then something like that happens. We have to get people to do a reverse dieting, bring the things back up.
Yeah.
The second thing which is happening, exercise a lot more and eat a lot less, which is too bad. I would say eat more, exercise more.
Makes sense.
Make the body efficient. Like when you eat a lot more food, your metabolism becomes better. Why? More food means body has to work a bit more to digest that food, and that is how you bring the metabolism.
There is one girl who was on water diet and she died out of water dieting. So, what is your one message to these teenagers who are just not eating at all to get those, Korean figures and boys getting slimmer? What's your message to teen boys and girls?
So I would say life is not ending here. You have your whole life. Okay. Be a lambi race ka ghoda. A horse that goes far, far longer. Uh, if you do not eat, you will not be able to get the energy. Your body, like we just discussed, is going to conserve energy, and you will see the repercussions moving forward. Water diet, for whatever reason people do, I would not want to comment on someone who's already passed away, but for children who are following suit, anorexia is a big issue. Girls are not eating, so they have fear of food. So this is food is the fuel. Food is not the enemy. It is the food which makes us function through the day. It is food which makes you celebrate life. You have one life to live, eat and burn. Six-pack abs or narrow waist is not the only thing. Accept the body the way it is, and yes, be in the healthier range of fat. One thing which I would want to tell now, since we are talking about this, too much calorie deficit or too low body fat works opposite for a woman also. We have these monthly periods. Girls can get amenorrhea, which is absence of period. And period is what keeps us healthy. So while you may feel, oh, a monthly period, but this is a sign that you have a healthy body. And if you have too low fat percentage, then you actually also start skipping periods, which is not a good sign. That will give brittle bones and all that. So I would tell them to be careful of this.
I think one message to teenagers from my end is please eat everything. Get low on these sugary diets and all that junk food. But whatever your mama is cooking at home, please eat that properly and exercise if you want to and do running and all. Get less on screen and go more on the real world. So that's one message to all the teenagers out there from two moms here. Okay. So take it straight in your head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if they have to, then I would say eat more, eat everything that is normal, what everyone eats, get into resistance training. The body you are trying to achieve by not eating, you will achieve it by weight training.
Yeah.
Weight training is beautiful. Muscle and bone density for both.
So for what age the teenagers can start muscle training?
They can start weight training even at 10, but I would say yes, until 10 or 11, let them play outdoor sports. See, a child needs to be physically active. Let them play a sport. If there is a coach who can teach them the correct way of warming up and all that, is they icing on the cake. But 10, 11, at age 11 or 12, they can certainly start weight training. Both my boys started at 11. And this, because there is this misconception that with weight training, the height stops growing, So it's a myth. It's a big myth. In fact, weight training increases growth hormones. So, in fact, if at all, the child will only gain more height. My older one is 6'3", is 22 years old. He is 6'3". My younger one is already 6. He's 15. So if weight training only was the thing, uh, even there I wouldn't have gone, because they started at 11, both of them.
Yeah, that's a great insight, Mitushi. I think for me, my children also, I got a lot of insight, and I'm sure a lot of mothers will be really inspired because I am the one who is always very scared of going to weightlifting and all that. But back of my head, it was going, I think universe is giving me a sign. I started now. It's never too late to give yourself a chance. Okay.
Yes.
So I really want to thank you for taking out a special time to discuss all these insights and concepts with us. And I'm sure
Most,
a lot of people will be taking a lot of inspiration and will start eating healthy and going to gym and will be training their children accordingly. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me over. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you. Hello, parents. If you find our podcast relatable, educational, then do subscribe to our channel. In the comment box, write your parenting challenges. We'll try to address them one by one. And never forget to share it with amazing parents like you. Because remember, by learning together, we can raise kind, confident, and connected children for happy families and happy nations.